Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Cosmic Legions Book 1, which I cannot pronounce, the HVALKATAR. We're going to talk about the Phyrexian Prison Guard. So, first and foremost, shout out to Nelson. Nelson, feel better. For those of you that don't know, Nelson is the man, and that's all you need to know. Shout out to him because I did not pre-order Cosmic Legions Wave 1, but Nelson was nice enough to let me review his. So yeah, shout out to Nelson, for real. So, let us get started with this review. Let us make sure. All I did was take this one out of the package. I didn't attach anything else yet. Right out, I was blown away by not only the paint job, but just how ridiculously crazy these are. I've seen everyone do test shot photos. I've seen everyone do all sorts of things, and I've recently watched one of Dork Layer's reviews, so I wanted to do something a little different, so that way everybody gets a little bit of time to shine. And I gotta say, yeah, these things, the photos didn't do them justice. So shout out to Trevor, who already made them look fantastic, but they're so much better in person. Like, these things are utterly fantastic. As you can see, we got bug butt. So if you don't see bug butt, the bug butt is nice, but there are portholes in the back for their wings. We have our add-on parts here. We have a crazy look at the head and neck. Now when we're going to pop our head off ever so gently, you'll see that neck peg there. Gotta say, these things are outright fantastic in terms of paint and sculpt and application, and I don't know what to do with myself now, because just the overall look of these really blow me away. Like, I'm really sad. I can tell you right now, I'm actually quite sad I didn't order any of these. Now, as far as our articulation that I'm trying to test out right here on camera with you guys, we actually have a nice little look at it. Like, look. So we have single jointed arms. We have our legs, which, due to the new adaptability here, I don't know what to call it. I'm at a loss for words. Our new mold, I'm sorry, the word is mold. For our new mold here, our legs have a little bit of a gap, but as you can see here, when stood up straight, they do look really, really good. There is an invisible thigh swivel here. We have what would be a single joint here, and we have a beautiful peg that goes back and forth, but also rotates really nicely. And I didn't even have to heat this one up. This one came out a little loose, but again, these came out looking fantastic right out the gate. We have our torso swivel. Our belt can come loose, and our head, because of the design, can go down about this far and go out about that far. You can rotate and tilt as well. Now, can we take off these top parts here is the question, and I believe we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently try to lift it off, and it looks like, for customizing reasons, we can actually take this off for our kit bash sake. Let's pop our neck off. Let's try to, yep, there it is. We've gotten it off. So if you want just a skinny body and you want to do it the Mythic Legions way, we actually have the normal Mythic Legions like portholes. So you do have options, as well as when you lift our arms up, because we can hit a T-pose. As you can see here, we have our beautiful bug hands. We have our rotating gauntlets, and we do have a single jointed arm. So now you know what you are getting into. Sorry about I got all into the figure. I actually wasn't paying attention to my focus. I apologize. So yeah, we actually do have similar to the Mythic Legions 1.0 body. We have a porthole here in the back as well too. Yeah, overall, this is quite fantastic. I'm not even gonna lie. And as you can see, we have our hunchback here, our ported part. As you can see, it's molded in. But we have our porthole for our smaller arms. We have portholes here. You see the ones on the back. I'm not sure if the tail can pop out. Let's actually see about our bug butt. Bug butt does pop out. Yep, bug butt does pop out. So we have a ton of options here. So even when you get down to the bare body, you have a lot of nice things going on. That means mixing and matching with other Mythic Legions seems highly possible. Obviously it is, because people like Dorkley have already showed it off as well. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to pop all this stuff back on, then we're going to talk about our accessories. So let's jump into that. Alright, now we're going to talk about accessories. And this is where it gets fun. I didn't do it before because I was too excited, took it right out the box. We're actually going to complete its look for the Phyrexian Space Guard, the Prison Guard, not Space Guard. Also, I want to point out that I didn't point out that the neck is also, you can also turn the neck, right? But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put stuff like the mandibles in, because we do get really cool mandibles, right? And you actually plug these in here, which in my excitement, I thought it looked cool without these, but with them, even cooler, right? And I'm pretty sure I probably have them turned in reverse like, but I'm very happy with this version, or this look I should say, because I don't know why, but I like it better this way. Now, what's also really cool is we also have antennae, or antenna. What is the plural for antenna? Is it antennae? No, it should just, probably should still be antenna, but as usual, someone will correct me. That's what the world does. So we have this really cool look now, which before it was just a dude in like a space bug in a helmet, but then you realize like these actually protrude outside the helmet, and it looks pretty crazy. But you also realize you can turn the neck on it. So even with this, like this small change in look, you realize like this completely changes the look and makes it look really, really good. And I like that. And we're still not done. That's what's even crazy about this, right? So you see we have this new cool look. More importantly, we do have, like I mentioned before, we have more mandible arms that actually pop up right underneath. We're actually gonna add these on. And before I'm too excited. Let's talk about the fact that they are also on a beautiful single joint, but I prefer double joints. But it's cool because this one actually does better than a 90 degree. It hits that acute angle, as well as it has a little peg here to allow for more articulation. So we're gonna plug that in. And I probably should have unplugged the torso first, because it's not a lot of room for movement for me to see what I'm doing as I gently plug that in. But as you can see here, I managed to make it work. Let's plug the other one in. So now what's really cool about this is you technically now have extra arms to hold more items. So these little hands could probably hold like a lance or a rifle, because it does come with a lance. We'll get to that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I didn't expect these to be this cool. Like, and I was raving about these anyway because I saw everyone taking pictures of the test shot ones. And now I'm out here losing my mind over it, like having it in person. So shout out to Nelson yet again, this magnificent dude. See, I went too far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave one because I don't want to drag it on. I want to make sure we talk about what we need. But popping that socket out was actually pretty cool because I know what I'm getting into now. Also, I don't want to break Nelson's toys. Let's not do that. So, what I was talking about before, we actually have these peg holes, and you actually get blasters here at this porthole. You'll actually get 2 of these, one to place in each arm. Let me put this away. And I probably should have heated those up, but again, I am too excited. Also, it's really hot, and I don't have the AC on to make sure you guys don't hear any weird buzzing sound in the background that you complained about. So yes, here we are with these 2 blasters on the arms. They look really good as well. And as you can see, we have our bug hands. We also get other sets of bug hands. So here you are with a set of semi-closed hands. Let's put you in focus. There we go. So we actually have these semi-closed hands, which look really, really good. The paint on these are really nice as well. Next up, you have some more rifle holding hands. That is because you do actually get a really, really big, cool, bone-like blaster rifle. And you do get hands to hold that. So let's actually pop this in. So the bugs got trigger fingers to hold their big bone gun. There's even a little front piece. Not sure if they're going to make blaster effect parts. Like I spoke about before, we actually have a prison guard lance. Right? Actually has nice height to it too, because when you compare it, it's actually taller than him. You do get another set of hands. These are another set of trigger hands, which also can be held for items as well. Always a plus. And then you have the straight up item holding hands like the lance. Last but not least, you'll also get a set of wings, which I wanted to save for last because I actually really like how these look. Right? I'm not sure how these ones... No. Okay. So the wings just fold out like this. They stay on. They don't actually like unfold. They're like this. So we're going to plug those into the back so we can get a nice look. And again, I probably should have heated these up pre-hand, but I didn't. Again, too excited. So let's actually just wiggle one in. It's super hot outside, but I don't want to mess anything up. I'm super worried about breaking something. So we have a nice look from behind for our wing. Obviously for photos, I'll do a much better job I'm just very worried about breaking somebody else's toy, which we will not do, especially not on camera. That is embarrassing. So yeah, here we are. I'm going to do a quick and gentle turnaround so you can see what it's like on the outside. And even with that wingspan, I'm really happy with how these kind of guys turn out. This is one of those really, really cool things. Now, without further ado though, I'm going to get some Legions together, right? I'm going to get some other figures together, and we're going to talk about the size comparison of these guys, because that's a very important question for everybody. So I'll see you guys in a second, and I'm going to go stop Ichigo from attacking the box right now. So I'll see you guys in a sec. So back to my impromptu and excited review. Now we're going to jump into the size comparison. So I got a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to compare it to literally every single thing. Let's remove this tiny little Ichigo hair, because he's right underneath us. So let's talk about what it's like being compared with other mythic legions. I didn't take out any other cosmic legions yet, but I promise for the next video, whichever one I do next, I'll have a couple of them out. So with other mythic legions, I feel like they really fit in. Even though they're a completely different aesthetic, you can tell they were designed by the same team, and it looks good. It looks good. That is it next to a 1.0 body. That's Lord Beardrick. I swapped around some colors with Krotos. Here we are with a 2.0 body on a female Orc Barbarian from the Mythic Legions game. And as you can see here, I feel like personally they fit right in. I don't have any issue. I feel like it works. It's one of those things where I like where it is. So, and then you can still universally part swap, which is always a plus. We'll get into that more, but if you don't want to be patient and wait for me to do more videos, you can go to Dorklair. He did a bunch of different part swapping, so check that out. So let's remove these two. All right. Next up, if we want to talk about, like, I guess adjacent stuff, which is going to be space themed and cosmic themed or animal themed or insect themed in this case, here we are with the HVALKATAR. Sorry, I almost had his name wrong. And then for another cosmic one, I thought this was funny because he's also an alien and it's also technically done space adventures. Here we are with a Mezco Superman. So as you can see, these are big boys. They're not small. Mezco stuff is usually on the bigger end of things. But if you want to test that out with a smaller character, we have a Doc Nocturnal, in case you want to see just how much smaller you can get. In case you want to face cosmic horrors on the Mezco scale, right? We have that. But then you have stuff like Marvel Legends. So if you want to do Marvel Legends, here is a Marvel Legends Star-Lord. So you can see how Star-Lord fares out with them. But then you have, because he's had his own fair share of cosmic adventures, here is a Thor to test it out, right? So here's a Marvel Legends Thor. As you can see, he is not small as well. He actually scales out pretty well with them. But normal humans who aren't gods actually do look small next to these guys. And then, speaking of that, then we have stuff like SHF. And I'm going to use an Shunkocho Seiho, or Ocho Cinco as KJ would call it, Kamen Rider Birth. And then we're going to do a Skelleputty, just to kind of ferret out. And that's from Lightning Collection. Again, you can really see the size and how stuff works. Again, I'm here for it. I like when stuff is different sizes. And prison guards should be like really big and intimidating. Now, last but not least, I threw in two more aliens. And that is going to be the Mezco alien Big Chap and a red genocide alien from NECA. And as you can see, these guys are actually the bigger. So these guys, these bugmen would actually be terrified of the other bugmen. Or bug humanoids, I should say. Right? And that pretty much is, yes, Riley. As you can see, he's howling in the background. But yeah, this should pretty much round out about what we're going to get. I don't know what he's howling about, but we'll get to that. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please, 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 if you haven't, check out the other videos. Check out other people reviewing. And as always, please, I don't know what's going on. Be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later. Now, because I was rushing to see what was wrong with Rylan, he just wanted somebody to pet him, I forgot to throw in the NECA Predator as well. As you can see, another fellow big boy who is bigger than that of the Cosmic Legions. So again, I apologize. Man just wanted to be petted. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Be good. Do good.